quickly, straight to you at this point, Barno Barman. You know, strong allegations. You just heard Mr. Patra as well. Earlier, you've seen what Mamata Banerjee has said, what the Enforcement Directorate has claimed. Enforcement Directorate making it very clear that Mamata Banerjee went away with evidences, with files. These are unprecedented scenes that have played out. Patra, the BJP, claiming just simple thing. She's trying to hide.
See, whatever BJP is claiming, let them claim. Whatever BJP spokesperson is claiming in behalf of ED, I don't know, ED is run by BJP or it is an individual entity, first of all. Has ED came up with any allegation that Mamata Banerjee has stolen any?
Of course. Of course, ED has come out with allegations. I don't think you're following things very clearly.
No.
ED has come out very clearly with allegations against Mamata Banerjee, saying Mamata Banerjee barged in with her police, took away files and evidences. These are charges by the ED. It's not the BJP, it's the ED.
Let me finish myself, ma'am. I-PAC is our political event management company. They organize all our political events. So, in I-PAC office, we have all our political strategy for 2026 election. Why this hyperactiveness of ED when the election is just round the corner? This is our first question. Whenever the election arrives, we can see this hyperactiveness of ED, CBI, all these central agencies. And post-election, they became numb.
Okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But a very simple thing, Rano Barman, a very simple thing. Here's the question that I have to ask you. No, firstly, you made a wrong thing. You asked me a question, has ED made any charge? Of course, ED has made any charge. Now you're making an allegation, why hyperactivity before elections? But here's what ED is saying. It was not against Kolkata or Bengal. It's not political. 15 cities, raids across.
No.
That's what the ED is claiming. Why are you saying it's about elections before? Very quickly, if I can.
It is always just to give it a natural look. Just to give it a natural look, they have conducted many raids. It has happened earlier also. This is their new strategy to make people of India think that Trinamool is interfering within the.
You haven't answered even one question. Barno Barman, you haven't even asked a question. I'm asking you a question again. A second question. That what are you alleging? You're alleging this is before elections. ED is saying these are raids across 15 cities in a corruption case. How would you respond to that?
When ED is saying the raid has happened in 15 different spots or venues, I don't know about anything others.
Mamata Chakrabarti, respond please.
I-PAC is our political event management company. I-PAC have all the data of Trinamool.
First of all, I would like to say, I just don't understand who gave Mamata Banerjee that audacity to obstruct the nation's work while holding the position of an honorable CM. She wants to be arrested, because she really thinks that if she needs to win the election, she needs to have the sympathy of the people of West Bengal. And that's why she has been doing all this. And she is playing completely victim card in the gallery to be the self-proclaimed martyr. Because in Indian political history has a very clear pattern, I must say, because it never lies. The moment the ruler starts panicking over files, but not people, it actually the decline has already begun. I will talk about Indira Gandhi. When when there was the emergency time, the emergency was not begin with the Indira Gandhi's arrest. It began by sealing the files, but silencing the institution.
Mamata, we'll get to facts at that time for another debate.
Okay.
That's a different counter.
And I also have some more things to talk about.
It's a very different thing at this place. Let's just stick to a very, very simple thing.
All right. So,
you are asking a question. Who gave her how did she become so audacious to do what she did? She's saying she has gone to do nothing else but to take her data, her election strategy. The charge against you, the BJP, is very serious. She is claiming that the ED came and stole her poll strategy.
Yes, so now the thing is that when Jyoti Priya Malik was arrested, when Partha Chatterjee was arrested, she did not ask to rescue them. When all the ministers and the high profile, the heavyweight netas, they were sent to jail and all, we never have seen Mamata Banerjee rushing to rescue things and all. See, the thing is that she is hiding, she is trying to hide something which is dangerous
No, no,
for
no, no,
people
no.
to know about. That's the main
No,
thing. I mean,
certainly
the
not.
voter list is not out. Voter list is not out, then how come the candidate list would be prepared? And that too in the year of 2022. It was clearly written in the file that
22.
2022. So you tell me one thing. If the voter list is
You know,
still
I
not
think
out,
every
then how
party
come you
does
can
have a
prepare
list
all
of
the
candidates
candidate
who
thing,
have
right? And
who are in
What are
favor.
you
I think
saying,
that's a
ma'am?
very
all the
different
things.
context.
She
We'll
already
get
did the
back to
same
that in a
thing
bit,
for
Mamta
Rajiv Kumar as
Chakrabarti.
well.
Let me just get in at this point, Ms. Gargi. Thank you so much for your patience, Gargi. Feel free to come in whenever you want to. But here's a very simple thing. Put this all in perspective. One, is this unprecedented? I mean, as much as we can see, it's absolutely unprecedented, in which there's been a fierce face-off in a way that's not been seen. ED versus chief ministers is of old. You've seen elections, seasons after season that play out. But the manner in which this played out, tell us, put this in perspective for us.
Yeah, I'll just mention one thing that, of course, this is unprecedented in the way she has come out, because she's not only the political head of a political party, but she's also an administrative head in the capacity of a chief minister. So a chief minister going to a place where the raid is being conducted, it is unprecedented. Okay, so some of the a large section of political analysts here in Kolkata and Bengal, what they are saying that this shows some kind of desperation, right? And the second point I would like to mention, the way she has come out and gone to Pratik Jain's residence and then to I-PAC's office, this is of course unprecedented. But I would mention one thing when Bobby Hakim, the present mayor and minister of in her cabinet, when he was picked up and taken to Nizam Palace, the CBI office, there Mamata Banerjee had gone and kind of conducted one kind of dharna. So that has already been done once. And also, if you remember, when Rajiv Kumar was got involved in this ED case, if you remember, she has staged a dharna in the right in the center of the heart of the Kolkata. So, of course, the way she has come across today, it is unprecedented. But it is not that she hasn't taken to this step.
Right.
That is one thing. Yeah.
Sure. I mean, for those
One
who
is
would
that,
be watching this, would say it's very characteristic of her. It may be an unprecedented manner, but it's a very characteristic trademark of how Mamta has responded and reacted to this.
of being a crisis manager on behalf of her party.
All
this
right.
we had earlier also, crisis manager in courts.
Right, of course, crisis manager in court. Nikhil Jain, which side are you on? Nikhil Jain, if I can ask you a very simple question. What's happened in West Bengal? How is the party really looking at this?
So the way I look at it is that the Enforcement Directorate of the country, which is supposed to be an investigative agency, is essentially acting like the election department of the BJP. And it is not just about the case of Mamata Banerjee, but it is a whole list of raids that happened right before the elections. Let me remind your viewers, in 2023, right before the Rajasthan elections, the Congress president of the state was raided for charges of some 10,000 rupees or something. No recoveries were made, no arrests could be made, no investigation happened further. These Mahadev betting app scam or scandal came into light right before the Chhattisgarh 2023 elections. Nothing has come out of it. Then you had the Enforcement Directorate put the almost the entire leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party in jail on frivolous charges. Eventually, all of them got bail right before the Delhi elections. You had the Jharkhand Chief Minister being arrested by the ED right before the Jharkhand state elections. This has become a pattern where the ED or the income tax or rarely now the CBI would raid and put on charges of corruption and this and that on opposition parties right before the elections. If indeed Mamata Banerjee or her government has been carrying out this scam or whatever, as the ED alleges, why could the ED not wake up 1 year ago or 2 years ago? Why does it always have to be at the very eve of the elections? And so far as Mamata Banerjee going there and collecting a bunch of files is concerned, see, I think we've also normalized, the ED and other agencies going and picking up personal data, private data, confidential data, that we never even look at the fact that this is gross violation of privacy and confidentiality. the BJP or nobody is to ask Mamata Banerjee what lies in those files. Until and unless there is a court order, why should any investigative agency step into my office or my house or my WhatsApp and read my chats? For they may be jokes, they may be a list of candidates, they may be a list of scams, whatever it is, but get a court order. But that is not the procedure that is followed. We are, growingly becoming a very police state, surveillance state sort of a mechanism. Come April 1st, 2026, and a random income tax officer would have the power to look into your and mine private WhatsApp chats just because they have a suspicion that
So
we may have any.
are you then backing Mamata Banerjee?
I am
Is
saying
the
this
Congress backing
attitude
Mamata Banerjee in the West Bengal?
First of all, I am not a representative of the Congress. I am an independent voice. I do, of course, support the party. Secondly, I am not talking about this case of Mamata Banerjee per se. I am talking about this pattern, this very disturbing pattern where opposition leaders, parties, and their now even political consultants are raided at the eve of elections only for nothing to ever come out of those charges. This is not how you can have elections with a level playing field. That is the problem I have.
All right, very quickly, Gargi Guha, Thakurda,
Yeah,
how do we really look at this entire thing? You know, you've just heard the three parties speak. How is this going to be playing out in the elections in the next few days when we talk about West Bengal? How are we really going to see this play out?
See, we have seen quite a few cases of corruption and scams against Trinamool Congress. But somehow, when the election comes up, the political analysts are also saying she is able to turn the table. She is trying to build up the same political narrative that, when the election is coming very nearby, almost close, just a few months away, that the central agencies are again becoming proactive. This narrative has been built up very clearly and consciously by TMC. And I would also like to add on to
That is
it.
what happened.
I would also like to add on to it that the moment this has happened, she has immediately, kind of geared up her party. And tomorrow there is a major rally in the
Gargi ka koi laga
city, wherein she herself would be participating in the rally. And all the other districts, they will be hosting this demonstration agitation against this.
Gargi, you're the news editor for TV9 Bangla. You're seeing this so closely. For a lot of people who are watching this from a very different spectrum, and remember, a lot of this has played out, as you've also had the other panelists talk about it, state after state after state. There are chief ministers who have gone out very strongly attacking the Enforcement Directorate, the raids that have happened. When Mamata Banerjee says what she says, what does it mean when we talk about the West Bengal elections? Because if you look at the previous elections, there was also, rub-ins with the central agencies. In Sandesh Khali also you saw the Enforcement Directorate. A lot was spoken about the elections. Of course, the results was there for everybody to see.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, that, most of the political analysts would agree, or they say that she has always been able to turn the table. This disadvantage of being, stamped as a corrupted party, somehow this is turned against the agencies only, and to be precise, BJP, that they are trying to disturb the state. It's always the central agencies who all will come up just before the election. So this is actually hampering the benefit or the good of the people. This she has been able to say and kind of reach out to the common people and, kind of build up this narrative. That's what I'm trying to say.
And is that the reason why we saw the kind of fierceness that we did? Because it does matter to her electorate, the messaging, the way she would. Gargi, if you can hear me, is this the reason why we saw the kind of fierceness that we did? Because for her electorate, this matters. The messaging to her electorate through this fierceness matters.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, that this image matters to her. She has always been branded like Bangla Ogni Konna. Okay, so this fire woman of the state. So she wants to retain this image. She wants to retain this image of, messiah to the commoners. So this image, of course, she would like to, kind of preserve and kind of come across to the people with this image that I'll be there to save you.
TV9 Bangla's Gargi was saying about how important it is for Mamata Banerjee to do what she is doing to reach out to her electorate, because it matters to her electorate. Very quickly, if I can get in Mamata Chakrabarti at this point.
Well, I would like to say Mamata Banerjee's politics has always thrived on three elements, if I talk about that. Control over narratives, control over administrations, and definitely control over the street power. You know what? When a chief minister personally storming into a raid scene, that's just an institutional breakdown. All right, and accusing the Union Home Minister for anything and everything, and this time stealing election strategies, definitely not an argument, trust me. It's a classic authoritarian diversion. So, if I talk about some, I would like to bring some history into this perspective. When Karunanidhi faced raids, he argued law. When Sharad Pawar faced the same pressure, he argued constitutionality. All right, so now Mamata Banerjee could have go to court. She could have think of doing some case and all, but just storming into like that, this is extremely bad manners. And what to say, I really don't know.
Bad manners?
And, this, yeah, of course it's a bad manners, I would say. I mean, after all, she's a
Barno
chief
Barman,
minister,
how would you
right?
respond to that? Bad manners?
I will just laugh on it, because whatever case ED has picked up previously, what is the conclusion of the case? Have anyone got any verdict from the ED or the court? What haven't they? What they have done to the case?
They have the very bad manner and habit of
let me speak.
maligning everybody.
I'm not talking when
they
you're...
are questioning on Supreme Court. They are questioning on everybody. Don't just deny that.
All right.
My
Okay.
name is
Barno
Barno
Barman, go
Barman.
ahead.
She
You have the
has
right
asked
to
me
have to
speak.
support all the odds.
Okay,
has
Mamata
asked me to
Chakrabarti,
speak.
I came to you. I
Well-
gave you your time. Allow Barno to respond to what you were saying.
Please don't interrupt, ma'am. See, our simple question is, what has happened to the case which ED has already picked up? No conclusion of all these cases in all these years. And whenever they cannot conquer any the state, they will do this trick. They will put ED and CBI into charge, and they will try to hamper the image of the party, and that's how they think they can get the power. They can get into power. But let me tell you, this is not going to happen in Bengal, because Bengal know how to fight it back. They are sending deliberately. Whenever the election is around the corner, they are doing it deliberately. Again, I am saying I-PAC is our political event management company. They have all our strategies, all
Then
our
why
data.
she is calling that person Pratik Jain as the political party member of TMC? Is there any proof?
No.
Is there any press conference? There is any
You go to
announcement
court
or
and
any
ask. You go to
declaration
court
that
and ask.
he is
You
a
go to court and ask. BJP have all the international
No,
thieves
Mamata
in
Banerjee has
their
been
party.
claiming that
Be it Shubhendu
Mamata
Adhikari,
Banerjee is
be it
backing
Ajit Pawar,
Pratik
be
Jain,
it
Pratik
anyone.
Jain by saying
All the
that he is
international
your
thieves are
party
in the
member.
BJP.
That's what she
They
has said.
think
No, Barno.
by
Mamata Banerjee has
pressurizing,
clearly
by
said
pressurizing,
that
they can
Pratik Jain is the party member and she has the
Pratik
responsibility to
Jain
save
is
her
our
party member. Where is the
political
press
event
release?
manager.
Is there no?
Pratik Jain is
But
our political event
you
manager.
are saying that, but Mamata Banerjee
Sneaking
said
into
that,
his office in the
said it
name
very
of
clearly
corruption
that
is a
he is our
very
party
lame
member.
excuse.
No. Follow the news properly, please.
All right.
That's
Okay.
why the question is that, you know what, the entire people of West Bengal wants Mamata Banerjee's arrest right now because she doesn't have the right whatever
You
she has
arrest
done.
him now.
And this is not the first time.
Tell ED to arrest
She
him.
did the same thing with the Rajiv Kumar.
Tell your home minister to give an order to arrest him. Tell your home
But
minister to give the order to arrest him. If they can. Tell.
No, are you challenging?
Different language from Mamata Banerjee, because today she asked Mr. Prime Minister, please control your home minister. But Sabyasachi, very quickly, let me just come into you. Thank you so much for joining us, Sabyasachi. Here's the thing. I mean, what we are witnessing in the screens right now is literally why and how things are panning out as West Bengal goes into an election. This is literally going to be setting the tone and tenor for both the sides as they go to contest and campaign. But here's the thing. Take us through, Sabyasachi, what seems to be the opposition claiming about a pattern. Whether it be the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, whether it be the Kerala Chief Minister, whether it be the Jharkhand Chief Minister, chief ministers after chief ministers, now even former chief ministers, of what they have said about very similar instances?
Well, Sneha, it's a battle of narratives right now with both the Trinamool Congress and the Bharatiya Janata Party in the picture. And that is the reason why today, when Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee reached the residence of Pratik Jain, and after that, she reached the office of I-PAC. Now, after that, several allegations, strong allegations, was leveled by Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee against the Enforcement Directorate. Now, to counter that narrative, the Enforcement Directorate also told that this was not a political raid, or this was not a raid for any political party, or this was not any sort of illegal raid. So, from morning, what we are seeing is narrative versus narrative. Now, all the opposition ruled chief ministers are coming in support of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, expressing their solidarity with her. In fact, the opposition-ruled chief ministers have been stating that the central government have been misusing ED and CBI to target the non-BJP ruled states. Now, the state of West Bengal, if you see back in 2021 Vidhan Sabha polls or the 2024 Lok Sabha polls, now around 12 times Sneha, Abhishek Banerjee have been summoned by the ED and CBI and have been questioned for long hours. Now, if you look at the result of 2021 as well as Vidhan Sabha polls and 2024 Lok Sabha polls. Now, in these both polls, the Trinamool Congress has won the majority of the seats. So clearly, as far as the Enforcement Directorate or any institution is concerned, carrying out raids or questioning the Trinamool Congress leaders, it is Mamata Banerjee who takes the central government or the agency right at the front. So somewhere it has given an advantage to the Trinamool Congress if you see the result, but BJP also have been battling the narratives. In fact, when Home Minister Amit Shah was in Kolkata, very strong message was given to all the party karyakartas and the leaders that winning the state of West Bengal should be the only goal of the BJP leaders, and they should counter the narrative battle that is coming in from the Trinamool Congress right now. So it's a narrative versus narrative what we are seeing right now, Sneha.
Gargi Guha, straight to you. A very simple thing that we want to know. Tell us, what is with this Mr. Jain? How is he politically connected? How is he very significant? There are two parts to it. The Enforcement Directorate has claimed that this is a Hawala case that they are probing with multiple aspects across cities. And then you have the connection of him being also the political campaign shaper or the poll strategist for Mamata Banerjee and her party. Bring these two together. Do they meet?
See, Sneha, I-PAC has become super important for the past two elections we have seen. You know, even though some of the senior leaders of TMC, they themselves do not like the way I-PAC works, but they have to follow that. In fact, the kind of campaign they would be doing, all these strategies, these are all planned by I-PAC. Okay, so of course, you know, somebody coming as a political strategist, but also close to the power, close to the centers of power within the political party, that is TMC. Of course, that you know, kind of builds up a bridge between the two aspects what you are talking. So of course, they are you know, kind of in the same level. That is one thing. And another thing which I would like to say, you know, the political analysts and the senior politicians of all the parties from the state say, like, see, the way the political narratives are being built, what Shoposhachi also has said, this building up of narrative, Mamata Banerjee is one up against the opposition in West Bengal. That political narrative, the pressure politics, she is one up. As of now, we have seen the results also. And secondly, this we have heard from the BJP workers also when we go out in the field, like the leaders, they should come up with, you know, a broader and stronger political programs. Because see, as of now, we see just because the ED has raided Pratik Jain's residence and office, the I-PAC's office, Trinamool Congress across the state, they have taken a political program. Tomorrow, one rally is being conducted in the heart of the city from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where Mamata Banerjee herself will be joining in. And also across the districts, the agitations, demonstrations have also started. So, only confining oneself to the X handle and social media and, bashing up the ruling party wouldn't make much of a difference. This we have heard from some of the very old party workers of BJP. So I think this makes a difference between two.
Okay, Mamata Chakrabarti, in fact, respond to what Ms. Gargi has just said. A very simple thing. Look at what's happening now. Protests across Kolkata, different parts of West Bengal. Already, TMC cadre already on the ground. Tomorrow, you're going to see Mamata Banerjee what she does best. Take to the streets, do her march. How is BJP going to be countering this?
BJP spokesperson, so I am not sure about BJP's standpoint, but all I can tell you that how BJP should go ahead on that. But one thing before saying all these things, I'd just like to remind everybody that we all know that Mamata Banerjee is a street fighter. If you read her first book, that is Upolobdhi, that's in Bengali, so she has clearly mentioned all over the books that how she has come from the street fighting policy, and also wherever anything you will always find TMC having dharna, having street fighting and all, so they will not eat anything, they will just show that they're not eating anything. So this is the point, thing they have been following. So now BJP, if I talk about BJP's protest, when RG Kar happened, the BJP was lacking in protesting somewhere. We haven't seen any proper pro-BJP rallies or any pro-BJP protest in front of Shastra Bhavan. Okay, and also let's be brutally very clear that if the file contained the routing party documents, it would have been definitely legally lodged, I will say. But BJP can definitely do some protest and all. But again, this ED enforcement director has nothing to do with BJP. So if the BJP comes with a rally or if BJP takes any direct steps, so it will definitely establish that BJP has some relation with the ED. So I think BJP should not come with any direct protest like that. That might hamper the BJP's impression just right before the election, which can definitely affect and impact the BJP's impression right now. And also, Mamata Banerjee is also very scared. She can completely understand, she is able to understand that in West Bengal, BJP is definitely not established as the outsider party anymore, because people have started accepting their image. People are not saying anymore that no, we are not supporting BJP.
Mamata, but even you would have to agree that if at all you're talking about any state where BJP has tried to get in, and West Bengal has of course shown how BJP has grown in its influence and vote share and presence.
True.
But no other place or no other chief minister has been able to make the sound and fury like Mamata Banerjee has already done. And I think that's where the narrative really comes in. Very quickly, Barno Barman, your last response.
See, again, I want to see, today's topic is this ED raid and why Mamata Banerjee has went to I-PAC's office or Pratik Jain's home. This is the topic. Again, I have two things to say. Why all this hyperactiveness just before the election? Every time, just before whatever the Momita madam, whatever Ms. Gotakurata was saying, after 2021 election, when Bobby Hakim, along with Subrata Mukherjee and two other senior leaders were picked up by ED, what happened to that case? What happened to the case? It has been almost 5 years. There is no update in the case. In 2025, they haven't summoned any of the top Trinamool leaders because there was no vote. Again, I am saying vote has arrived and ED CBI has also arrived. As we call in Bengali, kash phul dekhle boja jay Durga pujo ashe, and ED CBI dekhle boja jay vote ashe. This is what we want to say. Before election, all the hyperactiveness is just to give BJP a good, a safe playing field. ED and CBI is working for BJP, and that's why our protest will go on in the leadership of Mamata Banerjee. That's what I can say.
One concluding line, can I add?
You mean to say, in a way, this helps you all, the proactive nature of ED CBI? I just want to ask a simple question to Varna.
Actually, let me just add what Gargi is saying. It's not just about helping. Possibly it's a breath of fresh air. It's oxygen.
Ma'am, there is a network issue. I didn't get you clearly. Can you come again, ma'am?
Okay, Gargi is saying, is all these raids in a way helping the TMC? Is that what you're trying to argue here? Is this like oxygen for TMC?
I'm telling you, when ED and CBI is working for BJP, it is very clear to the people of Bengal. In all these states where BJP is
all right.
working
I'm afraid we're totally out of time. We're totally out of time. Mamata, less than 5 seconds is what I can give you. Your last sentence and we end with that.
I completely agree to Gargi ma'am, whatever she has been saying. Yeah, definitely. Every raid is helping TMC because whenever the raid is happening, TMC is screaming, shouting, they're being loud, and that is the thing. They are actually getting the sympathy of the West Bengal.
All right.